Are you dealing with nagging pain on the outside of your hip or knee? If so, you could be dealing with IT band syndrome. In today's video, I'll show you my guide for how to treat IT band syndrome. Plus, I'm doing a free giveaway at the end that you don't want to miss if you're dealing with IT band problems. Hey, I'm Steph. I've been a physical therapist for 12 years and a runner for over 20, and I love to help runners get back to running injury-free. So much so that I wanted to share some of my tips and tricks with you guys here too. Before we get started, please take some time to hit the red subscribe button and the bell so you get notified every time I release a new video. And check out my website for more information on how to get happy, healthy, and stay on the go. Hey beginner runners, check out the link in the description below to download your free beginner's running guide today. First, I want a quick review what the IT band is and where it is. So remember from the last video, it is that like thick fascial band that runs from the top of the outside of your pelvis down the side of your leg, and it connects just below your knee. So first of all, if you are dealing with pain in these areas and you do suspect it's from your IT band, no matter what it's from, no matter what's going on, you want to get that to calm down first. So first of all, we'll go with just the rice. We want to rest it. Use some ice if you need to, if it's within those first kind of 2 weeks that you started it. You can use like compression shorts if it's the hip. You can use a compression sleeve if it's at your knee. And then you want to elevate. So once you're past that phase, once things are starting to calm down, then we want to try and get the IT band moving again. So when the inflammation and all that friction occurs, the IT band itself can actually get stuck down. It creates scar tissue around there, and that's why it doesn't move well, and that leads to more irritation. So we want to get that moving, and the IT band is a band. It is not a muscle, so we can't actually stretch it. We want to mobilize it. We want to get it moving. So a few ways we can do that. You can use a foam roller here, a video here of how to do that. You want to just roll up and down the whole band, kind of move your hips forward and back to get different areas. You can pause on areas that are really tight for 5 to 10 seconds if you can tolerate it. Do not go right over your hip bone, and do not go right over your knee. Those are really sensitive areas and we don't want to cause any more irritation, but we want to get the IT band itself moving throughout the rest of it. Okay, so another thing you can do is some instrument assisted soft tissue mobilization. That's what we as therapists call it. Basically, you're using a tool to get the tissue moving. So I went to my kitchen and I grabbed a spoon. So you're gonna kind of put your thumb on the spoon, and you're gonna use the edge of the spoon as your tool, as your instrument to get everything moving. Okay, so kind of feel where the bony part of your hip is. And what I'm gonna do, if you're having pain right here at your hip, you're gonna do a star pattern over that real bony part. So I'm using firm pressure. I'm gonna make a star. I'm gonna do it 2 to 3 times one way. I'm gonna switch directions the other way, 2 to 3 times that way, and then go the other way. Okay, and you don't need to do a lot of this. You really just want to do like that much. Maybe go around one more time, but you don't want to irritate the area more. Another thing, since you're here, is you can go down along your IT band with this as well. So you can go all the way down to the knee, and I'll show you right at the knee in just a minute. So you'll want to go kind of in front of that and then kind of feel where it is in the back and go along it in the back. Okay, so you can go one direction and then you can turn your spoon and go back up the other direction as well. And again, you might find spots that are really bumpy, really painful, and you can do a little bit more in those specific areas. Never go sideways over your IT band. That is going to cause more pain and more inflammation and damaged tissue, and we don't want that. Your IT band runs from here to here, remember, so we want to go along those tissues to try and get them moving. So I could grab a little bit of lotion and put it on my knee itself. So again, the IT band comes down and attaches out here. So what I can do with my spoon, again, is go along the IT band to where it inserts. Okay, I can go both directions there. You can go kind of right over the bony part here again. Down at the knee, I would just go back and forth I wouldn't do a star right here. I would just go straight back and forth along the IT band. Okay, and then the other thing with your instrument, your spoon, is it's not even something you want to do every day, maybe just every other day as you're in this phase. Again, because if we're doing it too much, we're going to irritate it more, and that's going to cause more inflammation and take longer for you to heal. So every other day with your spoon. All right, so then remember I said that this is a band, it's not a muscle. So the tissue is different. You can't stretch the tissue, but we want to mobilize it. To the side, keep my knees bent. I'm going to try and drop one knee down. So I'm getting a nice kind of stretch through here. And then I like to do a leg over. And this is more of an IT band mobilization. So I'm going to bring my leg up, and then I'm going to go over, stretch along the IT band, some in the hamstring as well. All right, and now for the most important thing, we need to strengthen the hip muscles. We want to strengthen specifically the hip abductors, the side hip muscles, and those deeper hip muscles, the hip external rotator muscles. Those are the ones that tend to be really weak and cause a lot of the irritation from the IT band. So this is where those exercise bands come in handy. Congrats to the 2 people that won them in the last video. And here's the giveaway for today's. All you have to do is to comment below, and you'll be put in a drawing to win a Perform Better exercise band to do these exercises. And they are not a sponsor. I just really like the brand and these bands. These are the ones I like to do and I like to have my runners do. Is first of all a standing hip external rotation with a band. So you're gonna have the band around your knees. You are going to try and balance on one foot, and you're just gonna rotate the other knee out and in. The second one I like to do with the bands is retro band walks or backwards band walks. So with the band around your ankles now, I want you to step out and back, out and back. Another great one I really like is single leg sit to stands. So you can do it from varying surfaces. If it's tough initially, you can start from like a higher bed, and then as it gets easier, go to like your normal height kitchen chair. And a couple more. I really like side planks with a hip abduction. So side planks with a side leg raise. We're getting stabilizing muscle strengthening, and then we're getting activation of the muscles on the opposite leg by doing that raise. And then the last one is hip hikes. So with this, you can start with just like a thick book. If you're at a gym and you've got different height steps, that's great. You can just use a normal height step at home, but you're gonna have one foot on the step facing sideways, other foot on the ground. You're going to have your hands on your top of your pelvis so that you can kind of feel what your hips are doing. And all you're going to do is try and bring that foot that's on the ground up to be even with the foot on the step. If you are in this strengthening phase of your recovery from your IT band syndrome and pain, we don't want to be causing any more pain. So if any of these exercises are, make sure you back off and kind of start back with just your mobilizing and your even ice and stuff if you need to, and then work back into what exercises are not as irritating. With the strengthening exercises, you should be doing these every other day for now as you're in this phase. I wouldn't do them every day because you want those areas to have a chance to recover as well. And then you can even go down to just twice a week to just maintain the strength that you've built and to make sure you don't have any issues in the future with this area. So then when can you get back out to run? As you're feeling better and stronger and the irritation is less, you can go and test it out. Make sure you are using good form. You're not limping in any way because that's not helping you at all. That's going to hurt something else potentially. So make sure you're taking those shorter, quicker steps. You're not overstriding. That's going to reduce the amount of irritation. All of the above techniques and exercises are good to add into your running routine. So make sure you are warming up before. Make sure you are stretching, make sure you're using good form while you're running, make sure you're stretching and mobilizing that IT band afterwards if you need to. If you're starting to feel some tightness or irritation in those areas, catch it right away so it doesn't become a bigger problem. And so that you can help prevent injuries in the future or future flare-ups of these same areas, which does tend to happen. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up. Share with your fellow running family and friends or anybody dealing with IT band problems, and thanks for watching.